This is Singapore, where not just towers of high-rise buildings are of attraction. Food of various specialties have always been speaking for its unique cultural heritage. Over a meal of splendid food, new friendships are formed and old ones are strengthened. This is where the final year student from Arts, Design and Media School in NTU decided to explore Singapore's national food identity through the event Ingest Your Garden. It's a hot Sunday afternoon and the ADM student Zhou Peixuan has cooked up a feast for her friends, coupled with a surprise drinks and dessert menu. 20 people were invited to the event where they get to explore the interesting mix of herbs and staples using ingredients that are native to the 4 main ethnic groups in Singapore.
Welcome to my eating experience. So, I think I told some of you guys earlier, right, that when it comes to graphic design or visual communication, we are expected that there's the normal mindset that people tend, when we do our final year project, we are expected to do things like sculptures.
But that's not what Peixuan wants. In her mind, food is actually seen as a medium for communication as well.
I think that there's more to communication design than just printed material. So instead of using magazines and books as my communication tool, I'm using food as my communication tool. The movement which I'm doing for my project, right, it's called Ingest. The most basic form of ingest is to ingest food. But ingest also to me absorb information. So I'm hoping that through food, you guys absorb a certain information which I'm trying to communicate across through you.
The highlight of the event is that the participants were not just simply there to eat. They have to create their own dish with the ingredients provided. In Peixuan's terms, this is a symbolic gesture, showing that they have a hand in helping to create these local dishes. Also, the result of mixing these ingredients reflects the uniqueness of how seemingly different things can be put together to create harmony, just like the cultural makeup of Singapore.
So when I did research, I deduced that the concept of a national food is actually that as long as the ingredients are sourced locally, right, or harvested locally, aka local farms, the essence is actually a national dish already.
First up, the drinks, prepared in the most unexpected way.
I think water as a symbol of life. Water is where all civilization began. So Singapore started out as a seaport as well, so this relation to water. So water is a symbol of beginning. Then add to that, I have fruit ices, and all these fruits are actually can be grown in Singapore as well. So you guys, there's no right or wrong. You can do your own mixtures. The glasses are on your tables. So take a glass, come over here, fill with water, pick your ices, and you see a lot of plants here, right? These are herbs. So we have basil, you have mint leaves, and you have tarragon. You can flavor your water with them as well. So you can fruit plus herbs. You come up here and
不一样的味道，老实说。
没有定的。
哦哟，这么油
And that's just starters. Up next, the main courses bring the participants back to where Peranakans and other ethnic groups influenced Singaporeans' eating habits with the spices and herbs. Lemongrass, coriander leaves, mint leaves, basil and lime are ingredients that were brought into Singapore by the Peranakans, Vietnamese, Thais, and many other ethnic groups when mass migration began. Over the years, these migrants have assimilated well into Singapore and influenced the eating habits of Singaporeans. At the same time, this act of assimilation also diluted the original food heritage of Singapore.
I didn't have an idea what real Singaporean foods is, because it's always Singaporean food is Malaysian foods, Peranakan food. So the idea of trying to create genuine food with Singaporean ingredients it's a very good idea, I think.
I can say that, oh, this is from Singapore, this is
definitely originated here, created by Singaporeans, and we can create our own identity, and over time, as a lot of people practice this kind of thing, we can create more unique creations, and soon it will become our identity. Yeah.
These strikingly different herbs turned out well when mixed together, just like how Singapore managed to create harmony amidst our differences.
Quite surprised how fresh the herbs, the freshness that the herbs bring to the dishes. And what surprised me the most, I'm surprised how simple food can taste delicious.
What's a meal without ending it off with dessert? While the Westerners have cakes and other Asians have egg tarts, Peixuan redefines dessert with this: caramelized banana and pineapple.
I realized desserts, right? After what you guys eat, everything's very complicated. It's time to just cool down. Neutralize your internal spiritual energy again. Something like your chi. So I looked at TCM. So banana and cinnamon, or banana and butter, right? They are both heat, hot and cold elements. So it sort of neutralizes each other.
Clearly, this was a hit.
It's great.
Fantastic, fabulous, good, everything nice, great, whatever, awesome.
Generally, Singapore is a very sauce and spice based country in terms of cuisine, and herbs it's more like a side dish or more like a side ingredient for us. And to use it as the main ingredient today, right? It's a very intriguing process. I mean, I can try out different flavors like what I said, and also. I just find, wow, so such a small bit of herbs can actually make such a big difference to the whole meal. Yeah, so quite interesting. And that's the part that I'm very impressed with, such a small portion.
It's beyond creativity, I guess. It tests your creativity, and you and others get to try your food. So I think it's very.
It. The food has spoken. The onslaught of globalization may have exposed Singaporeans to a wide array of food cultures, but what's close to home should still be promoted and be